This is a long video warning, and you just might have to catch the full video on my YouTube or Instagram. But depending on how long this video is going to be, man, there's just a lot of things going on in this world. And what really touched me, what I shouldn't say touched me, but what really got to me, what really is eating at me is this Stanford goalie that committed suicide. And I guess it's getting to me because everyone is saying how happy she was, and uh when the parents talked to her, she was the same jovial Katie. Those were the parents' words. She was the same, and I'm just trying to grasp my mind, just like a parent would if they lost a child, because no parent should have to bury their child for no reason. No parent should have to bury their child, but it happens, and I guess I'm trying to grasp my mind around it. Is if she was what caused so much trauma in her life, what caused her so much pain that she wanted to take her life, and I can't grasp my mind around. I can't get around it, and it's just upsetting to me because there's a lot of times that I'm suffering and that I'm hurting, and this is the first time you will ever hear me admit it. So if you hear me admit it, man, I got PTSD from things that I've seen when I was in the army, that things that I was happened from being blown up, for being shot up, and I'm depressed, man. I got depression so bad that sometimes it gets to me that I want to take my life. But I'm 53 years old, and I can understand, and so for me to want to end my life, I get it. I'm 53. I've seen things. I've done things, and I got things that eat away at my soul at night. I got things that used to make my ears bleed at night. I got things that give me so much migraines that I just want to pound the wall so hard to make it go away. I get so much grief in me. I got so much, yeah, that I too want to end my life. But what I can't wrap my around, and what gets to me is that here was this young girl who didn't want to fight for life. She hasn't seen much. She didn't do much. And then there's a lot of young people who feel the same way. They are barely living. They are struggling. And they just want to end their life. They know nothing about life. They're 13, 14, 15, and they just ended. And then on the other end of the spectrum, you got people, man, they got cancer, they got tumors, they got Parkinson's, they got MS, and they are in they're in their 60s and 70s, man, and they fighting for life. They're telling God, it's a God, I need more time. God, you can't do this to me. God, why? So, and that's what I'm not getting. Yeah. So that's what I'm not getting is, gotta forgive me. I'm going through a coughing spell right now. Hard to breathe. But all right, I think I'm thinking better now. However, sometimes we'll get these coughing spells. But what I was talking about on the other end of the spectrum is you got people who want to They old and they fighting for life. They're legacy saints, man. Just fighting for life. And how in the world can somebody at a young age that doesn't hasn't experienced life want to end their life? What kind of trauma? And I guess I'm rambling on because I don't understand. I don't understand it. How can a young person want to give up on life? And then how can a person that has already lived life want to fight to keep it? Yeah, I'm still trying to catch my breath, y'all. And when I exert myself so much because I don't know, maybe it's because of COVID. Maybe it's because of being in the Gulf. Maybe it was because of Panama. Maybe it was because of just a whole lot of things that now, as I get older, if I exert myself so much while talking, I find it hard to breathe. And I know y'all didn't want to hear that, but I just wanted to give y'all the reason that why it's so hard now and then. I lost my train of thought, and so I don't know where I'm going with this. I just know that I had to get that off my mind, and that I'm struggling now with all these young people that want to end their life, and trying to think, man, when I was growing up in my childhood, did we did we have the same experience? Did we have other kids that were struggling just like this who wanted to commit suicide? And I'm trying to go back to my junior high and my high school, and I can't think of anybody in my school that we lost because of suicide. I can go back to think about the kids that we lost through gang violence, man. I could go back and think about kids that we lost and car accidents, and kids that we lost that went on vacation and never came back. But I can't recall anybody dying in my elementary and high school from suicide. I had to go back and ask one of my cousins who went to the same school as I did, was there a lot of bullying going on? And she told me, yeah, man, there's all sorts of kinds of bullying that was going on, and that we had to deal with. And man, and in my mind, I'm thinking, being black in the era that I was in, like the 70s and 80s and 90s, we didn't really call that bullying, because we were all struggling trying to make it, so we didn't look at that sort of bullying, but it was bullying. You know the we played these games like you would walk through the hallways and you would slap people on the back of the necks, or if they were in shorts, you would come on and you would hit the legs or something, or you would throw things at them in the cafeteria, or you would walk by and put your hands in their food. That was all form of bullying, because we didn't pick on anybody that was bigger than us. We would always pick on the ones smaller, the ones always on the ones that we know that would not fight back. Man. And it dawned on me that as she was explaining all of the things that we used to do, but we never looked at it as bullying. We just look at it as kids just playing, as children will be just children. That's what we look at. And we take that the same concept now, where we would settle everything in the back 30 with our fist. And now these kids are selling everything with guns and knives, and we use this phrase often, very often. When I was a kid, we did. When I was a kid, man, you ain't no kid no more. This is a different era. This is a different generation. You get out of when you was a kid and uh get into where the kids are now. The kids are now, they are not selling things with their fists. They're not selling things with a slap, or they're not bullying with their hands no more. They're bullying with objects: a knife, a gun, a lock, a chain, rope, lynches. These are what they're bullying with. And if y'all are like me in my age, you don't understand why it's happening. And that's the problem. We're not admitting to ourselves, we're not admitting to our children that we don't know why this is happening. Sure, we can throw out all of our fanciness. We can use all of our degrees to try to give you a symptomology to tell you the causes we think are causing it. But we really don't know why it's happening. We can tell you, well, this is what we gonna think it's gonna fix it. But we are not getting them involved. I'm watching the TV now these days, and man, and they got all these doctors on television telling you how to deal with explaining your kids about what's going on in Ukraine, and trying to explain what's going on with COVID, and trying to explain what's happening in when someone dies by suicide, or when you have all these school shootings, and yeah. So I'm thinking to myself, how is this supposed to help? Because I don't know how. I don't know. My daughter is older now, so I don't know. And those of you have young kids, and maybe y'all can weigh in on this. How does trying to explain to a 8-9-year-old what's going on in Ukraine going to make them have a healthier childhood? I don't know, because for me, when I was 8 or 9 years old, and I didn't know much about the oil crisis. I didn't know much about the Iran hostage and whatever. I didn't know much as a kid. It didn't, and I didn't know much. It didn't bother me. And we didn't sit around the dinner table talking about the Iran hostage situation. We didn't sit around talking much about the when the Challenger blew up, and we lost the astronauts and all of that. The thing that what we do know about, and what got us the most is that we lost the black astronaut died. What was Steve McNair? If I got his name wrong, y'all correct me in the DM. But Steve McNair, that's what we talked about. Is that, man, we lost the black astronaut. Hope that we get replaced, and boom, boom, we went on. So I'm just trying to figure out. And those of you who have young kids, help me. I don't understand how you let an 8-9-year-old kid get involved with the Ukraine situation. I guess I don't know. Shelter kids. I know maybe we don't want to shelter our children anymore from hurt or pain. I'm not trying to say cover it up, but it's not. That's not their fight. That's not their struggle. Their struggle is what's going on in elementary school. Their struggle is what's going on in their house. Their struggle. Yeah, we put a lot adult situation, adult issues on our children, and we're trying to now figure out why they're messed up. Yeah. Uh that's just crazy, man. I know I'm rambling on, but we're in the middle of March Madness, 64 videos in 30 days, and I got to try to get all, and I got to try to make that. That's my goal. So my goal, and to be brand new, not to have any repeats and repetitive videos, just a lot of different things. And remember to Cash App me. Cash App Devontae Awick, $64, man. I'm gonna tell you what we're gonna use these funds for in April. Share, like my videos. If you on TikTok, man, follow me. Follow me. Come on, just follow me. I'm trying to get that I want to break the 50,000 K mark is what I'm reaching for. Let's help me break that. Help me reach that. Tell your friends. Go in and follow me. This brother, let him know about Tacoma fans. Let him know that this brother is off the chain. He's all over the place. Um, you don't know when you go to his TikTok, you don't know what you're gonna get. When you go to his Instagram, you just don't know what you're gonna get. It's just a plethora of things that are happening, man. He can talk about current events and he can talk about this, but the biggest thing that gets me is what I do is I honor the fallen. I honor our police officers, man, who 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 lost their lives protecting us. There are those who call 911, and then those who respond to 911. I'm one of those person that's going to call 911. I'm not the one. I'm not the I'm not the one that's going to respond to 911 calls. So I applaud, I respect them, and no matter what everybody want to talk about, defund, more accountability, and all of that. I still support the police, and I don't think. But let's be real, and let's go back and let's be real. Let me back up. As I say, I support them because I'm not the one that's going to respond. I'm the one that's going to call. But they need to see us. I'm talking about when I say us now. Don't call when they say us. They need to see us black folks, us African Americans, us people of color as human beings. You you just can't. Uh, if they saw us as human beings, the only way that you would be able to put us down if you were just cold hearted and cold blooded. That, that's just the bottom line. You can't shoot somebody that you can relate to. You can't hurt somebody that you care about unless you got a few of them nerve endings that are not connected properly in the brains. It just doesn't happen that way. But I think there are some officers, no matter what, they can't see us. They always just think of us as a threat. And man, we need to figure out a way. We need to figure out a way to make them see us, and we need to figure out a way how to get back respect. How we start respecting ourselves, and how we start respecting others, because that's lost in the world right now. There's no respect. There's no respect. If someone comes at us, if someone comes at us sideways, we're ready to go at them sideways back. And many of us in my generation and past generations, that's not the way we were raised. Now, we were raised to put you in check, but we weren't raised to come at you sideways. What I mean by putting you in check and not coming at you sideways, we were raised to say, excuse me, let's pause for a moment. Because I don't appreciate the way that you're talking to me. So that is called, I'm going to put you in check. I'm not coming at you sideways. Sideways is we start what? Blippity, blippity, blop, blop. I'm going to blippity, blop, blop you. You know? No. We were taught, let me put you in check. Let us have a come to Jesus meeting. And as you can see, my voice, I'm not raising my voice. I'm talking to you calmly. So hold up. So yeah, we were taught, yeah, we're going to put you in check, but we're going to do it with respect. But these days, man, yeah. So trying to, see, there I go. I got talking about police brutality and accountability and respect. And then we got into putting people in check. That's what I mean. I'm just off track. I'm just all over the place. That's what y'all going to get in my videos. And the things that I'm talking about now, this is just off the cuff. This is just something that was eating at me. Was something that caused me to lose sleep last night, that I had to get off my chest. And you know, these are like bulletin points. If point 1, point 2, point 3, point 4, and I'm going to expand all into all of this. And you guys are going to see the bulletins, so you're going to know exactly when I get ready to talk about these subjects and situations. You'll know exactly what they are because you'll see them on the top of the videos. And then you just power through. Right now, y'all just, yeah. I know I could have went live to do all of this, but if I would have went live, there would have been no record of this. And y'all wouldn't have had this early morning wake up with me. And, yeah. Y'all wouldn't have seen my coffins. Y'all would have seen the coffin spell, and y'all would have thought I was dying, man. The eyes was watering, and stuff was coming out of my nose, and I could barely breathe, barely walked, and yeah, scared people from all over. Yeah. So anyway, a lot of things, man, a lot of things, and I wish I could get paid just like Jimmy Kimmel does, just for running off at the mouth, and the Wendy Williams and all these people, man, just getting paid for conversation and talk. And your boy Tacoma Famous ain't getting a dime and stuff like that. But y'all know, let me go ahead and turn this video off, y'all. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, what else? Yeah, share and like. I got reels as well. Share and like. Cash at me. Let's do some things, man. We're gonna do some things. We really want to do. We really want to do some things, and yeah. If you want to do some things, but you don't know how to get started, you know when to get started, give me a call. Let's chat. Let's find out. Let's find out what we could do and how we could do it, man. There are some things that I already have in place, administratively, I have in place, that you don't have to go through those administrative steps. You just, if you want to do leg work to make that and go after grants and stuff like that, let's talk. Let's talk. Let me get out of here. I'm long-winded. I ain't really talking about nothing. Y'all probably tuned me out after 15, 20, after 3 minutes, and you just went all the way to the end of the video because you want to see what the end is going to be. You remember that song? I'll believe, I'll go on and see what the end is going to be. Yeah, them old gospel songs. Well, anyway, before I go to another rant, another tan, I'm Tacoma Famous signing out right now. I'll check you later. Deuces.